We are back in Muswell Hill visiting this luxury 9-unit scheme just off of Colney Hatch Lane. This is about 12 months into the progress now. Basement is fully complete. Penthouse is at first and second fixed stage. We're going to show you where we're at each level and give you an update on the progress of the build. So a quick recap on this project. This is a pair of semi-detached properties that we are extensively renovating. We have done a huge basement development where it's 100 square meters of additional basement dig. We are adding various extensions to the front, various extensions to the rear, adding balconies, terraces, and converting the inside space into 9 luxury apartments. So I'm super happy to be standing in this location because up until now this hasn't had a floor. This has been completely double height space whilst they've been completing the basement below me. So they've now filled in this floor, and where I'm stood will be the kitchen, living space and dining area for this split level 1 bed. So the stairs are behind you going down to the bedroom and the bathroom and a walk-in wardrobe, and then up here is the kitchen, dining, living space with these nice bay windows. And as you can see, even standing on this, there is a huge amount of space on this ground floor. There's about 3 meters of head height on this ground level. So I'm stood in the one of the ground floor 2 beds. So either side of the rear of this property are 2-bed flats which have an amazing garden terrace behind you. Huge high ceilings, again about 3 meters in height. 2 bedrooms, 2 baths. So this space is also great to see. Again, this floor was not here. This was just basement being dug below me, but you can start to see this is the communal entrance to the stairwell. So the stair opening is created. There's a temporary stair here at the moment, but this is the stair opening up to the upper levels. This will be clad at lower level with some nice joinery, and this is how you access the 2 flats on the ground floor, 4 flats on the first floor, and the penthouse up above. My architect, Francesco, won't be happy if I don't mention this lovely curved wall. So as you come up the stairs from the ground floor, you've got this nice curved wall feature, which is something he's been trying to get in some of our schemes for a long, long time, so he's finally got it. So I think last time this was completely all open space, the demolition had happened, but now you can obviously see you've got stud partitioning going up, you've got first fix electrics, you've got first fix plumbing going in. You can really start to see the shapes and the forms of the rooms coming together. So this is the bathroom for this 1-bedroom flat. So you've got all the first fix plumbing within the partition walls. You've got the valves in this development. We have got wall hung valves, so wall hung tap, wall hung valves. So this is what it looks like, fixed to a bit of pattressing. When you are converting existing properties and creating new flats, between each flat is what's known as a compartment. So you've got a fire compartment. Each of those floors, each of those walls between the individual flats need to be 60-minute fire resistant. Now, the way that we often do that is by having 2 layers of pink fireline board. So the pink plasterboard that you can see above me is fireline board. It's specifically designed for fire compartmentation. We've got 2 layers of fireline. We've got a suspended ceiling where we can have all of our first fix electrics and plumbing and all of our ductwork and cabling. And then we've got our finished ceiling level about 150 mil lower than that. You can also see this yellow acoustic insulation. So above that, from an acoustic perspective, you also have to comply with Part E building regulations to make sure that there's not too much noise transfer between each flat. As part of upgrading this property from a thermal perspective to meet building regulations, we are putting insulation on the inside face of the walls to improve the U value. I will tell you about one of the exciting features that we are adding to this project upstairs because it's further ahead, but we are introducing a home automation system by Loxon technology. Very, very sophisticated home automation for lighting, heating control, blind control, security, video intercom. Basically, you can combine everything within one system, and I'll tell you about it more upstairs. So this is one of the 1 beds. As you come in to this space, you've got the kitchen, dining, living area. We've got an L-shaped kitchen here, dining space where I'm pointing, and then you've got the sofa space and living space behind you. What I love about this room is obviously the aspect to the garden. You've got 2 large windows that just view out to that communal space, really big. This one has a Juliet balcony, and the one over there is basically a sliding door that goes out onto the terrace, and we'll take a look at that now. So these will be terraces for these 2 one-bedroom flats. As you can see, it's an absolute sun trap. The sun rises over here and slowly works its way around here. So for most of the day, these terraces will get huge amounts of light, as will the kitchen, dining, living spaces to the right. So this rear elevation has this zinc cladding. So it's a metal cladding made of zinc, and you can start to see, shouldn't really do this, but peeling back some of the protective layers so you can see the color of the zinc that will really set this rear elevation off. Works really well with this yellow stock brick. Absolutely amazing. Can't wait to see all of this protective film off and take a nice shot from the rear garden. All of these flats have underfloor heating to the kitchen, dining, living spaces and the hallways. You can see we've got a tongue and groove mat where the cabling for the underfloor heating loops around. I am stood in the lift shaft, so this is where you start to see people going up and down the building. We've got entry level at ground floor. It's a platform lift. So it's not terribly fast, but we don't have the space to have big overruns above, lift pits below, to have a fast moving passenger lift. So it is just a platform lift, but ultimately this adds value certainly for the first floor flats and the upstairs flat, whereby we're opening up the pool of buyers to downsizers that don't want to climb stairs up and down every time they're bringing their shopping home. One of my favorite units within this whole 9-unit development is the Penthouse. Let's go and take a look. It's a 3-bedroom property, 3 bath, and it has amazing views out to the garden with a huge terrace. So welcome to the Penthouse. Where I'm stood will be some lovely crystal glass doors opening into this space, and all of the width of this property is the kitchen, dining, living space. We'll have an amazing island. We'll have a concealed door into the eave storage where the washing machine and boiler will be. So from the inside, it's going to look like a complete run of kitchen units, but you open the door and you access into this space with loads of storage within the roof space below. So all of this below here is storage, huge windows opening out onto this terrace, which in the summer, like it is today, will be absolutely incredible. So the program on this type of thing should be around about 12 to 15 months. We're going to be at the tail end of that 15-month process on this one. Had a few delays at the front end with party wall awards, but the guys have now been really motoring. The basement is complete. They've started top down, so this Penthouse will be the first to be completed, and then as they work their way down, each unit, each floor will be finished one by one. So I mentioned down below that this development will have a locks-on technology home automation system. Now what we've got here is a large iPad that can control everything. We've got an app on the phone where we can again control the heating, control the lighting. The Penthouse has more features than the rest of the units. We've actually got inbuilt speaker systems within the Penthouse, so you can control the music from your phone, all hardwired in. So we're in the principal suite of this Penthouse. Where you're stood is the ensuite with a nice sliding door into the shower room. You've got a bed head with 2 windows either side of the bed stands, which is great. And then this space will be the walk-in wardrobe. So we'll have joinery surrounding me, really nice space. There's a Velux window to go in behind me, letting even more light in from the front. And I'm really happy with how this room has turned out. So this property is over 100 years old. It's right on a main road, so over those hundreds of years, you can see the grime and the dirt that's just built up on the brickwork. What you've got behind me in this patch is a chemical cleaning process that's cleaned up the brickwork completely. Hopefully we can overlay some shots at the side elevation as well, because the scaffolding has come down and they've cleaned up the whole of the side elevation, so you can start to see the original yellow stock brick that is so prevalent in London. Massive difference. This is going to make the front facade look incredible when it's finished. We're going to be cleaning up all of the brickwork, repainting all of the white detailing around the windows, new soffits, new fascias, and this front elevation is going to look incredible. So we're going to get heavy into some engineering talk now, because this is a civil and structural engineering feat. What we've had to do here, we've got a double fronted Victorian property that effectively has been propped up using steel temporary supports whilst the basement underneath is being formed. built, these were the last things to be cast. So these are retaining walls, effectively creating a retaining wall between where the car parking is going to be and this lower ground basement level. We've got the front elevation of the blockwork going up, which will support the existing front wall. So basically, temporary works go up, walls go up to support the front of the building, and then temporary works can come down. Come inside with me. You can see what's called underpinning. So this was the original wall and the foundation level. So we've got foundations, wall above, existing floor zone was where those new joists are. But effectively, we've dug down this whole 2.5 meter stretch underneath the existing walls, utilizing concrete retaining walls, which they cast in small bays. And then this wall connects to a concrete slab at ground level that ties everything in together. You can see there's a huge amount of steelwork in this property, and when steel beams come and sit on external walls or internal walls for that matter that are load bearing, what you would normally have to do is install a concrete pad stone. So that is basically a mass of concrete that allows the load of that beam and everything above it to spread into the wall evenly. Sometimes you can get them pre-cast, so they just come in a concrete block that you position, or like these, you can cast them on site, if you can hear that. These video tours are a detailed look inside the build. If you want to know more about developments like this, house extensions, loft conversions, anything that you're thinking of doing yourself, and you want to know more intricate details around how they're put together, timeframes, costings, drop a comment down below. And if you've liked this video tour, drop a like and share it with just one person you think may find it interesting.